So you
Works
guys
for me.
go down there. Who's wanting to do the primary talky talk to the fucking underworld people to see what kind of contacts you can get?
I got good streetwise and good bargain.
Do you want them to support your role? Because you will be at negatives because you've never been in downtown St. Louis talking to some gangbanger trying to buy. What are you trying to buy off of him?
I imagine we're going to get some drugs first.
That's up to you. I don't care what you buy.
That's kind of the easy in.
Well, usually I've talked to cops about it. You have to buy from them for a while to really get the easy in. Otherwise, you got to go hard and fast to go, here's a bunch of money. Get me in touch with somebody better. And they all think you're an undercover cop and shit. So, because, being criminals, they don't want to get caught. So, my question is, do you want them to support your role or do you want to, or what is it you're trying to get eventually?
We're looking for IDs.
Yeah. Okay. You're
forged credentials.
You're freakishly high negatives to actually reach a forger on this, but sure. Do you want them to try to support your streetwise or no?
Well, how good are you guys?
I'm pretty decent. I'll support you.
For a living.
Cool. Give me your severe negatives on the support as well. So good luck. Yeah. Sure. You can pick up a +5 from him.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Streetwise. Come on, tumble.
Yeah. You're at a +10. You're at huge negatives, but you're at a +10. So roll super low as you go around talking to people about getting fucking IDs and shit. No problem. It's not quite enough to have the cops chasing you down and shit, but everybody is super suspicious of you, and nobody seems to know any forgers for that kind of shit. The closest you can find is a guy who can get you some forged prescription pad paper. You can write anything you want. Yeah, it's great. Get the lithium.
I know what else we need to do while we're here. There's one other thing I thought about that I'll have to get, but...
Oh, yeah, says the guy selling the lithiums and forged paper. He's the forger you got taken to eventually after, spending all kinds of money and time with these really reprehensible characters and shit. This is the best forger they could find, and he seems fucking tweaked out of his mind on God knows what. You suspect lithium.
Mm-hmm.
He really likes lithium.
Yep.
Yeah, he says. What'd you find then?
Nothing.
Oh, do I have money now?
Sure. $100 be okay for you?
Yeah.
All right.
He gives you a pad of paper. It looks like it's some sort of doctor's prescription pad. He goes, and wanders off.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, Jeff Markoff and I are $300 in various bribes, and if you guys want to have miscellaneous drugs, you can. Otherwise, I figured you just threw them out so you didn't get busted with miscellaneous drugs on you.
Okay, I pulled off 100 already.
Okay.
Well, cool. That didn't work out so great. We need a fixer, and our last fixer is not reachable.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she took extraordinary care to make sure that you couldn't find where she lives, and the PCs did not take extraordinary care to keep her number or anything, doesn't mean that. Well, I guess it does mean she's completely unreachable. Anyway.
No, that area with all the small shops, was there any kind of occult shop?
Give me a luck roll. Lower is better. Maybe. Go for it at half. If you make it at half, yes. Otherwise, they're too puritanical for such things. Too puritanical for such things. Closest they have is a watchtower shop where you can buy Christian propaganda. Worship our God, he is better. Wait, no, they don't have that in this world. Sorry, not even a Christian propaganda here. You found a shop advertising lamps. Yes, you found a lamp shop. That's as close as they have to call it.
How about a bookstore?
Yeah, sure. It's, Barnes and Noble. That's pretty inoffensive for most of the people.
Good. I want to see if I can buy any books on demonology.
Really low. They don't have any. There's not. As you're looking through, you're not finding any religious books. There's no religious books. And demonology is just in our face of Christianity because Christians came up with all the demons to terrify themselves out beyond sin, which failed to work.
No, demons predate Christians.
Well, yes and no, but there doesn't seem to be any old-time religions either, which is a weird thing. It's almost like, this is odd. You guys spend like an hour in the bookstore until it's like getting ready to close. Oh, fuck, you've been out all goddamn day. You're needing a place to stay. You're starting to think. Or you just sleep in the barber shop on the floor and shit. Oh, it's probably locked. You haven't got any fucking lockpicks. God damn it, this day is getting worse. You realize at this point you're trapped here because the barber shop's probably already closed. The bookstore is closed later than the barber shop. And they didn't have any fucking old-timey gods or anything. Where the fuck is Match and Ball and all the fun folks of the old days? Who knows? Nobody's bothered to experiment or check that out in 7 seasons. So I figure there's no real hurry.
All right, well, let's find a room or two.
No problem. You guys give me a streetwise at full to find a place so sleazy they don't ask for ID.
Really easy to do.
It is. That's why I went for it at full. No problem. You guys, yeah, but you're trying to also stay within walking distance as opposed to out on the highway and shit where they usually are, or in the edge of town, you know, where you get the no-tell motels. So, yeah, he finds a place not that far away, run by some old guy who seems to be trying to kill himself and everybody else with secondhand cigarette smoke. Usually they rent rooms by the half an hour, but you know, it gives you a special rate for it all night. Do you want 3 separate rooms?
No, I think we should probably be in the.
How many beds are in the rooms?
1.
3 separate rooms.
Can there be 3?
I'm not remodeling my fucking business plan to suit you or perversions, he says.
All right, then we're gonna need 3 rooms adjacent.
$100, and I can't guarantee adjacent. He hands you guys each linens that seem to be clean, and keys on top, and he goes, "There you go. If you don't return the linen, and they also charges you like extra $100 deposit for the linens. Bring the linen down here. If you leave it up there, you don't get your deposit back. Got it? If a linen is torn, you don't get your deposit back. If I touch cum on the sheets, you don't get your deposit back."
Has anybody else noticed that sometimes check boxes, even after you uncheck them, next time you open your sheet, they're checked?
Nope.
I think it's a you thing, sir.
So how much did we spend here?
You've given him $200. You should get 100 of it back in the morning, assuming that Jameis doesn't spray jism all over his sheets again. Which, you know.
Promise nothing. I promise nothing.
You guys go on upstairs. Aside from the infrequent sounds of either somebody trying to burrow through the wall by bashing something against it, and some fairly ashamed people wandering in and out, as well as a couple you're propositioned by various prostitutes and stuff. And yes, I have actually stayed in a place like this, yes, within recent memory, and no, I wasn't there to fuck. I just wanted to bed. Fairly horrible, a little weird and smelly, but overall it's it's a fairly good night's sleep. He doesn't allow when people are too drunk to start yelling. It's pretty much most of his clients are fucking get the fuck out. This is the place where the classy people come. The less classy people just fuck in the alley behind the place. So Yeah.
The
Classic.
old Kenny
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. There's weird noises from the alley that you're thinking, probably best not to go down there during the evening. In the morning, the guy grudgingly, assuming nobody wants to do anything horrible to their sheets and everybody wants to carry them back down, grudgingly gives you back the $100 bill that you gave him for deposit.
All right.
The rooms weren't completely adjacent, but the place isn't huge. You're all on the same floor at least. Nobody tried to ambush you. It's rather fucking depressing in a way.
Yeah, well, they're too busy. Yeah, I'm sure we heard a lot of bumping and screaming.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, you guys come to realize evidence analysis rolls. That they haven't tracked you down yet, Reb, but they're going to be looking for you. Marcus, Mr. Walls doesn't know. Marcus has, Bobby P has the feeling that you guys are either new enough or unimportant enough where nobody is currently hunting you down. So you have a special power and able to move around, and nobody's really taking you guys seriously. It's not like Alex Kinley is being stalked by fucking demons or whatever, or has his own. Well, actually, Bobby P may or may not have his own, but that's hard to say.
Pancakes.
Okay.
Right. Mark out $15. You guys go to a restaurant and sit around eating pancakes. It's a good breakfast. Wholesome and nutritious.
No.
American style pancakes are really not there for nutrition. It's pretty much something filling with something sweet on top.
Yeah, the whole idea behind pancakes is to put maple syrup in your mouth.
Yes.
And it's generally frowned upon to go,
Although it is widely done.
Yeah.
Maple syrup and coffee. Man, try it sometime.
I will do that. Wow. I will do that if I ever get to the States again, which I can't fucking guarantee. If the States is still there. Which.
Or Canada.
It's like, that's true. They have their own maple syrup reserve there in Canada. I read about.
Oh, they are big into maple syrup in Canada. It's big business there.
Yeah, it's huge business there. Yeah.
They have maple syrup smuggling in Canada.
Yep.
They do.
They do.
Freaky.
There was a place that got robbed of over $1 million worth of maple syrup.
I remember that.
That's some weird shit going on in Canada. All right, so you guys have finished eating your. It shows that somebody set down the syrup bottle and it does a close up. Authentic Canadian. It's not. It's from China. Maple syrup.
Well, here in Michigan, we also have maple syrup too because the trees grow here as well. So I've actually seen the whole process done.
So tree jism.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm into it.
We used to have one of the Nero sites. We had to be careful because they had maple trees in the middle of the site, and they had these blue hoses connecting all these trees. And you had to make sure you didn't trip over them.
That sounds like a little bit of a drag.
It was. Mm-hmm.
It's better than some of the shit I've seen to trip over.
Mm-hmm.
Just another environmental hazard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys are meeting. It's probably around 9 a.m. You guys are busy complimenting Reb on not speckling his sheets so badly that the guy refused to give you back your deposit.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue to try and find a fixer, or just move on from that?
Why do you want, other than, it's a thing to have, what end goal are you looking for once you have this stuff?
Oh, hey, also forgot to make the jury roll for my lockpicks.
You didn't forget, but you were busy doing other shit. So eventually, when you get to a nice place, right now you've just got bags of potential lockpicks. You have no actual lockpicks. On the other hand, if you get stopped and searched, you have nothing that'll get you in trouble.
Well, the whole idea behind the fake IDs was to be able to buy things like a post office box, stuff like that we would need IDs for.
What would you get here sent to a post office box?
In case I wanted to mail myself something, it came up in one of the jobs I did. It would have been nice to have, but
It cuts to Joshua McKay's post box. It just shows 2 fucking postal clerks ramming more shit into it. Get in there, come on. He never checks it.
You got a lot of stuff happening in St. Louis that you need to send mail around, or Sherman that you need to send mail around?
no, but as I said, we came across a case where it would have been nice if I would have had a post office box. I could have mailed myself some larger things so I didn't have to tote them around.
In Sherman?
In Shermer, yeah.
Most people
And
get
I've been
fake
through
ID.
Shermer. I've been through Shermer enough times to where I feel like I want to have my own fake ID.
I'm just imagining, it's like, why do you need a fake ID? I want to buy a post office box. You are fucking weird. You are a weird dude. I need a post office box.
But also, you know, to sleep in nicer hotels, things like that. You know, there's uses for it. But if we don't have access, maybe we can come back here and do a mission, and we'll get Tara or somebody else again that we can talk to, and that may be able to get them for us.
That works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just show my complete ignorance of geography of America. I don't know if Chicago is anywhere near it or not. Would it be better off trying to get to, I guess, St. Louis? Better trying to get to one of the border cities where there might be bit more dealing and back and forth and illegal passports?
Well, St. Louis is a very high crime rate, so there's a lot of that stuff going on. Chicago also.
Yeah, I think it'd be better in Chicago really than anywhere else around. And the Canadian-American border is really, you can just walk right across it, generally speaking.
Well, in 2000 you can. You can't anymore. Now you have to have a passport. But yeah, back in 2000, yeah, you could literally just drive right across.
And what about the other way?
Same way, same thing.
Yeah,
I've done it.
Yeah.
I live in Michigan, so I'm 2 hours. I'm right between Detroit and Chicago. Literally, I am within a mile or two, or 5. Well, I should say within 5 miles of the exact halfway point between the two. So,
Going the southern border. I once knew a guy who is well, he had been awake for far too long. And he was going south, and he thought he was going to San Diego from Orange County. And before he knew it, he realized he was in Mexico. It was that easy to go across the border, is what I'm saying.
While you guys are talking, just telling stories to each other, they're doing the Quentin Tarantino camera swinging, going around the table and stuff like that nonstop.
I got dick coming out of my ear.
If it was Tarantino, it'd be circling around our feet.
Oh yeah, he's really into fucking feet for reasons. So yeah, you guys sit around chatting and stuff.
If that's really what you're after, you could probably just go to like a bum and just borrow his, get him to open up a box, and you just use it on his ID or something.
Or we could just mug somebody.
Yeah, they may report it. Although that place we were at last night, we probably could have done that fairly easily and got a fair good stack of IDs that no one would have wanted to admit to.
You're right. It wouldn't be enough to just mug them.
You guys are sitting around the restaurant. The waitress comes clicking over and goes, "Freshen up your coffee, hon?" They do this about every 5 to 10 minutes. She pours in more coffee. She click-clocks her way off so you guys can go back to discussing mugging followed by murder. Or as some people call it, M&Ms. M&Ms make friends, friends too. Shows my being drug in an alley. No, don't want to die. Stab, stab, stab. Was she wearing a name tag? Betty. She calls everybody Hunt, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yep.
She doesn't look enough like you to get her ID, though.
I was more saying that you could probably use a bum's ID without the bum really caring because he's a bum. Whereas if you want to do the mugging, you want to go to a place like where we were last night because they
Mm-hmm.
were right. Camera. Okay, we're talking about cameras. Right, cameras, yes. What about cameras?
Because, you know, if you're going to use a bum's ID, you might as well put your own picture on it.
You mean tape the picture over the lamination of the bum's picture? And...
Hey, I have a forgery skill of 12, man. I can do better than that.
Don't talk in numbers. I've heard of forgery. I can do it.
The usual thing to do was get a knife and cut it out and then stick it in.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
And a laminator. You buy a laminator, you can get away with a lot.
Well, half the time, if you just look vaguely like the picture, even sometimes not even then, and people don't really pay that much attention to it.
Yeah. Anyway, no, it would be great to have a one of those Kodak Instamatics, where it rolls the, you know, you snap the picture and then it rolls out from the camera and then develops while you wait.
Like a Polaroid?
Polaroid, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit larger, put on a driver's license. It's bigger than the driver's license.
Yeah, but that's what they make scissors for.
No, well, actually, I don't even know. I don't have to have them in sales, but you go to like those photo booths. That's where you sort of get the right sort of size stuff.
Does anybody actually have like hobbyist or veteran forgery skill? If not, you guys will be doing the approximate equivalency of like kids.
Yeah, I know.
I got a good enough skill that I can do it in crayon.
There you go. You may as well give up on your ideas of forgery then.
Yep.
Well, let's walk by the shop that had the old stuff.
The one that
try and get some old passports or something and try and update them.
The one that the guy was getting ready to call the police with his fucking panic button because of your talking. You want to go hang out near that shop now and see if you can get really paranoid that you're gonna roll him. I'm good.
No, to see if he's got old stuff. Maybe he's got a Polaroid.
Polaroids aren't that old that you can just go and get them in a store.
I was gonna say, James's thing with the
fun.
Photoshop booth, that's much more relevant to the thing. But what I'm saying, you're not keeping up with the conversation. What I'm saying is, even if you had good pictures of you guys, your forgery skill is so shit. Even if you had even if you had all the tools and possibly the papers and all that shit, your forgery skill is so bad that anything you make, even with the correct tools, will look like absolute shit. And the only people you might impress are high scores on down. Maybe.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm done with the whole idea of getting ideas for now. I think we can come back and do that later when we have somebody that can help us properly.
Mm-hmm. But we might find use for the Polaroid camera.
If you really want a Polaroid camera, we can go get you a Polaroid camera.
Probably not a very good camera, but you have a camera on your phone probably.
Well, by the year 2000, they're not really being made anymore, and nobody's probably making film. I don't know if people still make film for those, but they don't make that anymore, so not that easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not go back to the same guy. Anyway, this can wait.
What would we like to do now?
Well, if we want to leave, we can try and do the Clems and do the last place styled, as it were.
Yep, we can try that.
Sure, I'm good on that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tip?
Failing that, we can just stay there till some of the others turn up and ask them if they've got idea and take theirs.
Do you want to tip the lady or no?
Yes, I will leave her a sizable tip. Betty.
Okay.
Call me Bobby. I'll come back and visit you.
That's nice, she says with a good professional smile.
What's your seduction level at?
How much is your sizable tip you're leaving?
$20.
Okay, that's fine. That's nice. It's more than a minute.
I'd leave her more, but then that just gets gross.
Yes. Okay. All right, you guys head over to where?
Clem's.
Right.
Yeah.
No problem. You guys go back to Clem's and let's see. Marcus, give me an incredibly good luck roll. Cool.
Or not.
All right. You guys go over to Clem's. It doesn't appear anybody's in there except for Clem, who's wandering around doing the little fussy things that barbers are always doing, like cleaning and shit.
Yep.
Actually, just before we try, well, once we go into that, Kim, what is the name of this? What's the designation of the zone?
Admin commands have been suspended by the administrator, replies Clem.
Still locked. We probably won't be able to get it worked in. I can try.
He goes back to sweeping. Howdy, what can I do you for?
What's the words he says? When one person does it, then he says them as well. Ah, yes.
Shaving a hot towel.
Yeah. Shaving a hot towel.
Where are you going back to?
Us as well.
He attempts to process the command. Right.
Ooh,
Hot towels go over your guys' face. Jameis, take a refill.
High five. That was good.
That was impressive. Yep.
Yeah, see, you're doing that.
Right. The hot towels are taken off of your face. Clem's appears to be in kind of a weird twilighty thing outside. A giant red, kind of looks like kind of a weird eye or something like that is above the city, glowing like some sort of strange sun. The city itself appears to be dark, twisted buildings riddled with small, furtive figures that dodge in and out of alleyways, clutching dark-colored, tattered clothing around them. They appear to shamble in ways that aren't completely human.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we get tarot cards?
Yeah.
No.
No. Interesting.
I don't recall having been in this place.
Correct.
Me either.
Is it Carcosa? It sounds like Carcosa.
The streets and stuff seem to be kind of like slanting here and there. Give me a Cthulhu Mythos, Jameis.
Yeah, and not enough to.
Who knows where your card?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying my level of skill is not really going to be enough to probably make me pass this, but you never know.
Yeah, you can never tell.
Come on, low. Come on, low. Ooh, close, but no cigar.
There's a body of water over that way. It's pretty big. Who knows?
How big of a body of water are you talking?
Some sort of large lake, you think? Maybe?
Are they human looking? Oh, what do our clothes do?
Your clothes turn into like brown and dark brown, tattered looking rags and such with hoods. Let's see, you don't have changing clothes and stuff, so you're still dressed for Shermer, which is unfortunate. The other two are dressed like the locals here. You will definitely stick out, but not your sword.
As far as we can tell, are they human?
You're not really sure on that.
Okay.
Now, who didn't get the right clothing? Me? Was it?
Right. You don't have the changing clothing thing. You've got swords, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both have the changing clothing thing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Bobby P as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Bobby P has been doing rather well off that fucking book mission. Because other people keep as long as other people unhinted, unaided come up with it, you guys are free to go on that as many times as you want and just kind of sit back and do it as a no-brainer. They may or may not figure out a way to pull it off, and if they do, you get more cash and prizes. So good deal.
Yeah, so I'm dressed in blue jeans and a t-shirt, and everybody else is dressed in rags. Okay.
Yep.
Can we say sore thumb?
On the upside, rags should be easy to find.
Yeah. Well, if you want to stay here, the two of us can go out and scout around. We'll split the party. Mainly sort of looking for anything like discarded papers and that to sort of give. Particularly, it'd be useful to have, here's a discarded newspaper from today. But
yeah, you don't see anybody with newspapers. You do see occasional figures digging through filth and stuff like that. Yeah, you might even be able to find him some rags to wear.
Yeah. Well, where's this guy look?
You said there was streets around here. Are there buildings? There's buildings, right?
Of course.
And what is the nature of the buildings?
They appear to be twisted and dark, made of some sort of strange basalt, gray basalt stone, with unusually shaped apertures. Some of which seem to open and close by themselves like great maws or mouths that are sideways.
This isn't going to go well for our friend Mr. Wallace.
It isn't going to go well for us that much either, but
Mr. Wallace, it shows his sanity teetering on a fucking tightrope, and you just see a guy kind of floating next to him, getting ready to push him.
Yeah, maybe we should forego this and not make him, not push him over the edge.
We don't. Thing is, we can't get the name of the designation from Clem.
I get what you're saying. It would be nice to know where we're at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so if we can at least go out and search around, maybe find something that we can use to identify this enough that we can use to tell Clem.
The creature scurried by the shop, completely ignoring you guys in the shop.
Logan, you're going to let us split the party here so that we don't push?
I mean, as long as you don't do it for long.
Yeah, I mean, if we just go hunt up some rags or something.
So you guys just go ahead and take care of it, and I'll just kind of wait here in Clem's for a few minutes.
All right, let's do that.
You can hear a strange noise from the sun. It sounds like... And it's always going on in the background.
This place is familiar, whether it's a cartoon or Cthulhu or what. This place is bloody familiar.
Yeah, it reminds me of a story I once read.
I can't recall. I mean, if you think you've got Cthulhu mythos, you can roll it yourself,
Yes, it reminds me of a Cthulhu story. Yes.
I did say out loud. It's just looks like a Koza. So if you want to try and get it, I doubt you're going to make it either because none of us are Great Cthulhu. But
oh no, I have learned in that.
Yeah, so do I.
The deal is, if we get the name of the place, we can come back here because this doesn't seem like any place that I've seen anybody access.
No, that's the thing. It's a new place. We found a new place. Woohoo! Good for us. That's why I want to know what the hell the place is called.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's go investigate.
Yeah, we go out and scrounge around and see if we can find some rags for him and just sort of some general information about what the hell this place is.
Certainly. Give me...
Scrounge around rolls.
Yeah. What skill would you like to use to accomplish your goals and dreams?
Evidence analysis?
Evidence analysis is the best one I can think of off the top of my head to find out information about what the hell this place is.
Sure.
Spot hidden. Luck.
Go for evidence analysis. Try to make it at half or less.
Or at all.
At all would be a big step up for you. Yeah, you can't find any information. You don't really talk to anybody. Give me acting to try to mimic their odd loping. No, he just strides around. He definitely stands out. Everybody else is kind of doing this weird lurching, scurrying, and he's just walking like a fucking normal person, as is Reb. And you guys are not actors.
Anything that looks like a library?
The buildings all seem to be unlabeled. So there's other people dart in and out of them at somewhat random times and whatnot.
But can you see through the doors, or is it just like darkness inside?
No, they're like mouths that open and close, moving the entire building, like the almost like maybe the people are being eaten as they go into the buildings. You're not sure. You feel pretty uncomfortable here.
That sounds like a good time.
Are there demons here?
You think that the entire town may be inhabited by demons. If you're wanting to get some demon killing in, this may be your big chance.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe grab one of the natives?
I do. Actually, if we want to go back to Clem's for a moment, I've got an idea that we can do safely out of the way.
Yeah,
I'm going to need one of you guys to give me direction sense roll and the other one to support him as the streets seem to curve and maybe they're even curving on their own.
It's the direction sense, what you like.
I have learned.
Okay.
I don't have the head for that.
You support me. You're going to get lost well. We're never seen again.
Quite possibly, yes. It may be up to Mr. Walls to come and save you.
Do you want to give a roll there, Marcus?
What? Okay.
You're supporting him, or trying to. Okay, he absolutely has no idea, so it's all up to yes. No problem. He manages to take you down some streets that you did not come down before, but they're going in the right way, even though
the odd thing is that we've always been going downwards, but we're back at Clem's.
Yes. Yeah, you're pretty convinced that there's some fuckery going on. It's like the Harry Potter moving stairs, but with streets. But he still manages to get you back to the barber shop. You guys, when you see the lights of the barbershop, which is the only real lights other than the hellish red that comes down upon the earth like some sort of tear, your hearts lift a bit and you realize that you were kind of crouching like you're trying to get away from whatever that thing is that's floating above the city. From both of you guys who are out wandering around, could I please get sanity rolls versus whatever the fuck this is, because it's fairly horrible here.
It's fine.
Yeah, at one point each toward this place. You can find out the name of it eventually. You call it Red Sun City or whatever the fuck you want. Right, they get back. They don't look freaked out at all. You're not sure. It's high.
Okay.
High.
Okay, I dub the Redstone City.
Redstone City.
Get a flashlight, a technology. Get a towel from Clem's, wrap a towel around it so when I go outside, because I don't know if it works, I want to do it outside. So if I switch it on when I'm outside, it's not really going to be noticeable, but I'll just be able to tell from looking at the towel if it's actually doing anything or not.
Take a card for doing scientific experiments and shit.
The other thing to do will be magic at some point, but technology is the first quickest, easiest thing to test it with.
Give me a willpower ×3 roll to make your flashlight work.
Oh, neat.
If you make it, you get a check in willpower. If you don't, your flashlight's not going to work. If you fumble, you've probably broken your fucking flashlight.
Willpower by 3. Where's this willpower? I'll just click off that tab because that's what I wanted to do.
Well,
I didn't push the time sheet button, I know.
Even though you pushed the wrong button, he still managed to make the flashlight work somehow. Trying to make me fucking do math, that's what you get. All right, so the flashlight works fine, and you get a check in willpower. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He goes outside, and he goes, the towel lights up, and he goes, he comes back in.
Yeah. All right, so we have some, so technology is not too bad. Not the easiest to get going, but not that terrible. Magic. So I'm not sure if doing it inside Clem is going to get a different result than not doing it outside. Yeah. So in the actual environment as well.
Plenty of dark alleys to go into here.
Someone else try their flashlight and see if it's just as hard as what I was as it was for me. That'll tell us if it's Clem's in a different environment or not.
Sure, I'll try my flashlight inside Clem's.
Cool. Give me a willpower times 3 roll as you turn it on. Clem every couple minutes keeps asking what he can do you for. It's kind of annoying, but I'm not going to do
the
it.
bloody designation of the zone. Not a lot, mate. What's it do after you?
Almost, not quite.
Because unfortunately, all my bloody spells are at base.
Yeah, I'm not going to fool around with any spells. My spell is sword trick, and I don't want to screw up.
I'll try casting, and I don't actually really care if I do it or not. Because the only thing I really want is the willpower roll. I'll just try casting remove tracks.
Sure.
So, what's the?
Give me a willpower times 4 roll.
Okay. Nah, I can't do it. Too hard.
Cool.
But I do get a sense of how
Yeah.
it is. I'm not gonna spam it because that's just school calling at that point.
Easier than the text.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. So we found out new things.
You have.
How dare we? All right.
Well.
That. Right. So we still don't know where this place is.
You see strange creatures flying around. Fortunately, you can't make them out well. You're sure if you could, it'd be some sandy loss.
Oh, speaking of which, I actually forgot to deduct the point. Oh, there we go. See, that'd be a useful spell. Would be bloody name of designation of zone as a spell to go with the rules.
Yeah, put it in the spell suggestion thing.
Yeah, either modify the current one or just get a new one.
It could it could end up being a branch off of the full rules. And then the PCs can have another spell that they have excessively low skill in because they're working on all their other shit.
Yeah. Oh, so that's because that's just a good way of getting around. What the hell's the name of the bloody zone? Rather than worrying about him, because obviously if the information exists in the universe, so you access it via a spell.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to get out of here.
You don't want to stay around and go insane from the not knowing what anything is?
Yeah.
I'm not going insane. I don't want to push it.
Let's do something we can all do together without, somebody losing one of us.
Oh yeah, you can feel the monkey of his insanity attempting to roll its bend bars, lift iron grates thing and getting really low rolls.
At least now we know that people have been visiting here. We can check with the door back in Beastkin to see if any of them have been coming here and what the hell do they call it.
Yeah, you're thinking those guys did not look like Beastkin guys. For one thing, the Beastkin guys are a bit more furtive in their movements normally, like the professionals. I'm talking the actual guys who go out and do shit are a bit more furtive. These guys were more like, is anybody gonna fuck with us? We can fuck with them if they're gonna fuck with us. That kind of, their stance was different. The Beastkin guys, if you were to put in like a D&D character class thing, they're all rogues. It's like, aha.
Before we go, let me try this out. I do not do this inside Clem's. I'll step outside in front of Clem's and pull my gun and try to fire around.
Roll a willpower times 3 roll.
That's just tick, that is.
Yeah, fire's just fine. There's a loud
That's the wrong
explosion.
one.
None of us can push the right button.
Yeah. Right,
Can I keep it roll?
you hear a loud explosion and everything in the town seems to pause, and then you hear and it begins to resonate through the town as more and more creatures pick up the high-pitched screeching noise.
What the equivalent of blinking? Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, what can I do you first, says Clem.
So, yeah. What the hell
Fuck
happened
outta
with the
here.
friend? What's the expression? You do it. I can't remember at the moment. I'm panicking.
You begin to hear strange noises from outside, and the floor is vibrating somewhat.
Yeah, Shermer.
On the shave.
Where are you going back to?
The embassy.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Howdy, what can I do you for?
The name is Beastkin, not Embassy.
Okay.
Shaven Hotel.
Where are you going back to?
Beastkin, them too.
He begins putting hot towels on you guys. As the last hot towel is put on, you hear windows shattering and such, and then the hot towel, and then it's really dark, and the hot towels are taken off, and you're like, "Am I dead? Did whatever it is block out the sun at last?"
Yeah, well, that's only a good thing. Right.
Okay. Probably not the best idea to use guns in that zone in the future.
We may not be able to get back there in the future if smashing window is anything to go by, depending on whether Kim's regenerating properly or not. I get out of the chair in case someone tries to come in and spats me. Nothing else. Sort of feeling around.
No problem. You stand up in darkness, and yeah, gosh, it's dark in here. Super dark.
Flashlight.
A beam of light cuts through the air.
I don't have to make a roll for that?
Click my flashlight too.
You might. Let me check, actually. Beastkin. Magic Tech. Willpower times 5.
All right.
Oh, crap. Here, that one.
That's a spirit. You'll learn where the times 5 button is. How about you, Jeff?
I'm working on it.
That's a spirit. Yeah, your flashlights work fine. They don't give you a check in willpower, but they work.
Oh, no check? Damn.
Nope. To get a check in a stat, a times 3 or less roll needs to be called for and then succeeded in.
Gotcha.
You can push the button.
And you have
Well,
to
anyway, we can find the door.
Yeah, you guys go over, and the Clem's door and stuff, it opens, but beyond that is the big fucking spiked doors and stuff that appear to be made of reinforced banded wood with huge metal spikes in them.
Is there a place I can pound on it?
Yes, it looks like you find a place that has been well pounded on, like people have just been annoyed as shit. It takes them a while before they eventually hear you just beating on the fucking door, but then they're like,
"Let us out!"
No.
Yeah, a thing like where you put the finger in your
That's less
as a person,
painful.
me, I can't do that.
Less painful than the pounding. Who's there?
Not Joshua McKay.
You hear a quick muttered discussion among several people. Open the gates! Right, they crank open the gates and they look at you guys as you guys rush out and they go, "You're not Joshua McKay."
That's what I said. Not
Oh, I thought you said it was Joshua McKay. Shit, he says. Right, you guys managed to escape the barber shop.
We're running sprinting. Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back into the embassy and figure out where we want to go next.
That was the most anticlimactic shopping trip ever. I thought you guys were gonna get some good shit.
I was going to say that, but we also managed to go to a place that we were not meant to walk.
Well,
So
yes, there is that as well. But I mean, as far as shopping trips go, it was like, okay. So
the shopping part of it was pretty cool.
You guys go back in, and working at his desk, you see Katar. He looks up. He's like, He's got it looks like a bird cage with an octopus tentacle in it strapped to his torso. He says, "You're back sooner than I thought."
Yep, we need to discuss what we're going to do next. So we thought
Do you guys know how to ride horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. He says, horses are like the cars of the cowboys, he explains.
Yep.
By the way, you guys had to drag
Just
pee
below
out
being
of
able to do
the...
it for a living.
You had to
Just
drag
can't quite
pee
do it
out
for
of the barber shop again because he keeps tripping and falling whether he's going into or coming out of the barber shop. And then you end up dragging him in or out because apparently he does the place one foot here and the other foot behind and then propel his body over it. This is the school of running he's from.
So would it be medium manual land or small primitive land?
Medium manual land. You can get 2 people on a horse.
So I got a small primitive land.
Yeah, pony. I'm not sure. It should say on the list thing.
Yeah, it'll be on the board.
Yes.
Small primitive land.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll go with whatever
I'm not
they say.
skilled in either, so.
Ah,
I am.
well, he just shakes his head at you and he says, I would learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of horse riding going on here. Or you can go to a different place and do fun things there. Do you know how to drive a car?
That I know you do.
Well, there you go, it says.
I'm really great at painting fenders.
What next?
Go find a car and get him to drive it around. He says he goes back to riding. He's like,
I can't read any of these notes. Does anybody else want to take a shot at it?
I've read a couple. They're not really that interesting. One's about the miners. One's about the moo cow and bloody gothic. The whole cow thing, which I don't want to know about.
yeah. Again, you guys are free to choose your own adventure. You don't have to choose from pre-selected adventures.
Just that we're an unimaginative lot.
Say again?
We're an unimaginative lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's your problem.
Yeah.
And the only sort of mission we've been given that's really to deal with the miner situation.
There you go.
Want to go be hitman?
But the idea of going up against 20 to 40 people is not something I'm particularly, jumping up and down about.
Well, you might be able to enlist some help with that.
Katar makes a weird snorting sound.
People that were miners might be, conscripted into helping us in order to get their mind back.
Katar just looks at you and he kind of says, no, they're the ones that I've asked the Australians to go do it for them.
Yeah.
Normally we just send out like 3 people to wherever and they just go do things. Give me empathy rolls on Katar.
He's given up. Oh, crap.
Yeah. Anybody else make it aside
I
from
did.
Reb?
Not a crit, but I got a success.
Okay. Marcus? No. Right. Let's see. Jeff, he seems dismissive of you guys. Reb, he is definitely regarding you not as quite the B team, but maybe the C team. And so he doesn't think you're going to accomplish anything useful.
That's all right. I don't think we're going to accomplish anything useful either.
So he's just kind of ignoring you guys and doing whatever it is that keeps him busy. He appears to have a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, he certainly does. Well, we could go reconnoiter.
Good idea, he says. You might want to make sure that Mr. Wallace doesn't fucking get eaten by his horse. He continues riding.
Yeah.
I mean,
do that?
they're normally herbivores, but in your case, I'm sure they'll make an exception.
Yeah. Let's go find the horses. Oh, actually, where are the miners? We should probably find that out. That we need to go talk to.
Yeah. waddles over with his fucking bird-caged octopus arm, sorts through the papers, looks at it, gets a runner, sends the runner off to go set up a meeting with the miners, and then he says when the runner comes back, he'll meet you at the stable and he'll take you to the miners when the meeting is going to go on. There you go.
Okay.
You can go reconnoiter, he says. Try not to get dead, and if you get dead, he goes back to writing.
Well, I want to run to the bank real quick. Well, this is all, we're waiting for the runner.
No, we're going to the stables to wait for the runner.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to stop by the bank first. I need to change out a couple gear things.
No problem. The bank is a bit of a walk. It's into a different part of town. Go 15, 20 minutes because you can't fucking ride a horse. And so you guys want to go with him and watch him play at this bank, or do you want to go hang out at the stables?
I want to do the work on jury rig my pieces of metal into lockpicks.
No problem. They've got like a blacksmith thing set up. Do you have any kind of metalworking skill? That'd be a big, big help.
No.
All right, so you're just trying MacGyvering it. Go ahead and give me a roll. Lower is better. It's going to be a little harder because this is very fine, small wires and stuff. Basically spring steel. If you have metalworking, that'd be a huge help. They're okay. They're going to give you a fucking negative on lockpicking, but it will allow you to attempt the skill. It won't even be that big of negative on Old West locks, which are big, clunky, and stupid, but on modern locks, big negative. So, basically if you're dealing with skeleton key technology, you're okay. On modern locks, not okay.
Oh, yeah, I keep feeling I've got this card.
Pick one lock and just
No,
show them up, use a fork on it. Yeah, fuck your lock picks. Yeah, I used a fork.
I just haven't got speaking of how creative we are, the more creative I've got it here somewhere card. Which I could use to produce a set of lockpicks. But
yeah, that would definitely produce a nice set of lockpicks right there.
Is there a better use we have for it? Is the question, which.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing.
Mr. Wallace gets back by the time you get done MacGyvering what you regard as a fairly shitty set of lockpicks. You should learn to work metal, says the smith.
Do you want some help with that?
Do you know how to work metal?
Oh, let me see what I have.
Metalwork would be a help. Jury rig, he's already done the best he can with it, but metalwork would be a help. I mean, unless you start pulling out critical jury rigs and shit. It's jury rigged about as good as it's going to get unless you go freaky MacGyver on it. But if you have metalworking, now, of course, if you fail the metalworking, you're going to melt down his lockpick set into what we call an ingot at best. Okay? And then you'll hand him that and go, there you go, bash that against the door.
How good is your locks pickering there, Bobby boy?
Huh? How good is my what?
Lock picking.
Pretty good.
Do it for a living, master, hobby.
Don't give him numbers. I know you're thinking about it, but don't do it.
Less than hobby. I was thinking of something else.
Very good.